November 28th, Black Friday to some, there was a trailer for a little movie called Star Wars The Force Awakens.
What's Awakening?
What's Awakening? The Force.
Oh.
The best title for a film of all time as well.
The best title for a film since The Phantom Menace.
It's The Phantom Menace. Yes.
I don't like the title.
The title of Force Awakens.
Oh, it's not very good.
No, they could have called it anything else and it would have been better.
Yeah.
No, that would have been good actually. Star Wars, anything else.
Anything else.
Yeah.
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 Anything but an Indiana Jones sequel.
Or they could have called it Star Wars Course Correction.
Oh.
See, that would have been good.
Yeah.
Get on it, J.J Abrams. But what did you think of the little teaser trailer that's come out?
Well, it teased me.
Yeah.
I'm thoroughly teased.
Well, we're in a culture now where a trailer that features nothing but identicons becomes sort of iconic.
Bomb! Bomb! That's all the trailer is.
Yeah, it's basically just, you remember these things, they're from other Star Wars films.
But we're doing a twist!
We're doing a twist. It's not just a lightsaber, it's a lightsaber with a stupid 2 little bars of light coming out, which you're going to cut your fingers off. Yeah. So there's been a bit of debate. Do you think that Star Wars lightsaber is stupid, or do you think it's cool?
Well, I don't think it's stupid, but I don't think it's cool. I think it makes some sense in the universe, because like actual swords do have protective hilts on to save you from having your arms chopped off. So it actually does fix like a structural problem with the lightsaber, like a design flaw with a lightsaber, in that someone could just kind of do that and chop your arm off. Yeah. This guy can actually parry and riposte, and so actually in terms of like a sword, it makes sense. Yeah. But it seems to me more like an attempt to make like an iconic looking lightsaber in the similar vein to Darth Maul. Yeah. Everyone kind of loved the double-edged lightsaber. Well, I liked the purple one. Oh, Mace Windu's. Yeah. Yes. Purple Rain, motherfucker. Yeah. I know, so from, I guess from like a design point of view it makes sense, it just looks a bit stupid. Yeah, that was irony by the way, I don't like the purple one, it's dreadful. Yeah. But yeah, I don't find, I'm not as annoyed as a lot of people seem to be. I can imagine people getting irate about it. Oh yeah, people say, oh it's stupid, it's just to make it look cool. Well yeah. It is to make it look cool, but it's not that bad. No. The whole idea is fairly silly of the thing. Yeah, but to get annoyed at that is a bit odd. Because like when you get down to it, the only reason why we have lightsabers is because George Lucas saw them as being like knights of the round table, but in a science fiction realm. So you can't really have them going around with like old swords. You know, you gotta have like a laser sword. So I don't know, kind of makes sense. Yeah. I think it does kind of look a bit cool. It's kind of a bit. As I say, I think it's alright. It's a bit different. Yeah. It's not like any other lightsaber I've seen before. No. It's a bit different. Yeah. Very Benedict Cumberbatchy voiceover. Do you think it is Benedict Cumberbatch? No. I think it sounds just like it. It might. Well, he's collaborated with J.J. Abrams before. On Star Trek Into Shit. Into Shit, yeah. Yeah. We'll definitely have to do a review of that one day. Yeah. On Shit's Peak. Yeah. Playing what's his face? Khan. Oh, sorry. I mean, anyone who doesn't know that. You should go. Yeah. But yeah, the trailer is just, as I said, there's barely out to it. Well, you know, like, what the trailer's doing is it's playing upon your nostalgia of the original films, while kind of doing a bit of a twist. So a little robot on the circle thing, he's like R2-D2, but it's a bit different. Yeah. You've got someone who looks a little bit like Princess Leia, riding a speeder bike, like on Endor in Return of the Jedi. Ooh, that's Tatooine. That's a thing. Yeah, there's a stormtrooper, but he can't be because he's black and they're all clones. Oh yeah, well, I think we're just abandoning the whole clone thing at this stage. What? I know, right? Crazy. Yeah. You know, I'm actually surprised George Lucas didn't go the extra mile and like re-recorded all the stormtrooper dialogue with that New Zealand actors guy. Yeah. What's going on in Cell 4? Yeah. Wow, crocky. Give me my clones, woman. What's going on here? Oh, clones. That's a terrible New Zealand accent. Yeah. But they all sound like Peter Jackson. They all sound like Peter Jackson. Well, like, because the excuse that the nerds give is that by the time we get to A New Hope, all the original clones have died, so they're not making any more clone troopers, so they just hire random people. Isn't it only like 35 years later or something? Yeah. Well, it's like, well, what's the point in even having clothes in the first place? It's stupid.
Yeah.
Did you know not a single clone trooper suit of armour was ever made for the prequels?
Really?
All CGI.
Well, that just says something, doesn't it, about George Lucas?
Well, do you remember, cast your mind back to Attack of the Clones. A very traumatic flashback. But you know that scene where, like, Mace Windu... Yes.
Yeah.
When Mace Windu, like, he's landing on the planet at the end, the desert planet that's not Tatooine.
Oh, yeah.
And he jumps out of that spaceship, he's talking to some clone troopers. Imagine him filming that scene.
Yeah.
And he had nothing there. It was all blue screen. He would have done a little jump for the camera, and he would have talked to nothing. Reacting to nothing. And then the programmers got to program a reaction for the character who's trying to make up a reaction for the character. Oh, it's stupid.
It is stupid.
Oh, it hurts my brain. I was surprised to see there was more CGI in it than I expected.
What did you?
Yeah,
well, the Millennium Falcon's all CGI in it.
Yeah, like a lot of the pre-press hype surrounding this is that they're going back to the style of the original Star Wars film, so they're not. They're not using as much CGI. We're using most of the models and stuff like that. But I was surprised how much CGI was used in the trailer. I don't know if it's just specially made just for the trailer.
Yeah,
that wouldn't surprise me. Though, like, I think the rest of the trailer, it's fine. It teased me, but I do admit that last shot of the camera following the Millennium Falcon, like with the Star Wars music playing, I thought that was pretty cool.
I think that's the best bit. It's awesome as that bit.
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm slightly sceptical of the film, and the teaser didn't change my mind in any way whatsoever.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Episode 7 is at best going to be okay.
I think that this is going to be solid, sort of 3.5 territory, a 7.
Yeah, 7.
It won't be dreadful. I don't think anyone would let J.J. Abrams ruin it.
No, because there's a lot riding on this one. Like, I think before, people were excited for 7, Star Wars Episode 7, because, you know, you've been hearing stuff in the press for ages about it, and it seems like every single day there's a new piece of Star Wars 7 news. But I think with this trailer, people have kind of gotten a bit like, oh my god,
yeah,
holy shit, there's a new Star Wars film coming out next year. Just think, it's not coming out for like another year.
Yeah.
Another year of just J.J. Abrams, like, teasing you.
Exactly. I think, controversially, that it would be better if they didn't make it, because I think it's perfect as it is.
Wow, even with
because
the prequels.
The prequels only make the originals look better, and
That's
at
true.
least I think that they're hilarious and deserve to be out there. Well, how many people have like talked about it, and it's not a good work about itself, but how much great pieces of criticism have been written about
like
it.
the red letter media.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is better than most films.
That is, yeah, that's true actually. Yeah, more funny and more insightful. Yeah.
But also, I think that those are almost like a lunatic version of the originals. I don't think J.J. Abrams has that kind of epic, operatic look. Feel that George Lucas has for. Yeah. Like, he'll make a perfunctory film, but it won't be crazy. Like, no. The originals and the prequels are both a big, ambitious, like... the originals are ambitious in a good way, and the prequels are awful. Yeah.
Well, like, they always say that, like, with the originals, Lucas was better because of his limitations imposed. Yeah. Because of the technology at the time couldn't match to his vision. Yeah. I mean, God, can you imagine if George Lucas tried to make the original films now? Yeah. I just can't, no. No. But I think I think 7's going to be okay. Yeah. I think people don't need to kind of worry about it. No. I think it's going to be an okay film, but you know, end of the day, probably didn't need it. No. I do think 9 will be good because it's directed by the guy who did Looper. And he's doing 8 as well.
Is he? Yeah. That'll be good as well. He's a great director. Yes. He also directed a lot of the good episodes of Breaking Bad.
Yes, okay.
Directed Fly. The one
yes, that's one of the best episodes.
And Ozymandias.
Yes, yes.
So he's a good director. He'll probably helm it pretty well.
I love Looper. Looper's a great film.
Looper is a great blockbuster as well.
I think Brick is very, very good.
I love Brick. It's his best film in my view. But yeah, I'm excited for those. But yeah, I think... Do you think that it will die down quicker than the originals? Do you think people pretty much forget about the 7s? I think it'll last a few months. And then...
I think because of the age we live in, I don't think anything could have the pop cultural impact Star Wars originally had. I just don't think it's possible.
Do you think it'll have the pop culture impact of the Phantom Menace?
Well, to be honest, it could probably match the totals.
I mean, but people people felt something about that film. Yeah.
But like even like the pre-release to the film, they went nuts.
They did.
Like seriously, football rush went crazy.
Yeah.
Especially like like around here and in America, and going nuts, camping outside for weeks on end to see a movie. You know, people would pay. They'd look at a cinema listing. Yeah. They'd ask like if the Phantom Menace trailer was playing.
Yeah.
They'd pay a full price ticket to go see a movie, and then leave after the Phantom Menace trailer. Not even see the fucking movie. Like, that's crazy these days, isn't it? Like you just go on YouTube now, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, apparently some people didn't know this was coming out. Well, they had screenings for this trailer. I think the day before, and people did that as well. They went to the cinema. I think they probably watched the film as well, but there's also a hilarious article. It's either Empire or Total Film a couple of years ago, where a guy said he hated the Phantom Menace, but he watched it 29 times in the cinema. He hasn't watched it since, but he said he wanted to watch it until he enjoyed it. So he watched it over and over again to try and like
find some engagement.
Yeah, to try and love it, and then eventually gave up.
It's shit.
Yeah, but at the cinema 29 times, it must have cost him like 300 quid.
Well, that's probably why it ended up being one of the most successful films ever.
Yeah, stuff like that. God. I think that this film will make like a shitload of money and, as I say, get lost.
I think people will forget about it. Because like, at the moment we're kind of due for like a deluge of Star Wars stuff. You know, Disney's really ramping it up with like the new TV show, and it's like... Do you remember that long-rumoured live-action TV series? That was going to be dark and edgy.
Yeah.
It's going to be set in between episodes 3 and 4, and it's all about, like, smugglers and evil people. And it's a Star Wars universe. And but I think they've canned that now.
Oh, good.
George Lucas said, well, I just couldn't get the funding to make it. I'm multi-trillion... You know what, like... Did Disney have done one of two things they need to do to win back Star Wars fans?
What?
First one is announce Star Wars Battlefront. Which we've done, that's coming out, that's fine. Second, and I'm going to sound like a broken record, but, you know, the internet is like a broken record at times.
Yeah.
Release the originals, unaltered, on Blu-ray.
Are they doing that?
Well, they've been rumoured.
Oh, right.
It wouldn't surprise me if they do it in the lead-up to the release of Episode 7.
Yeah.
It wouldn't, it'd just make perfect business sense.
Yeah.
The only thing is 20th Century Fox still own the rights to the originals.
Oh, right.
Disney don't own the rights, but I reckon they could strike up a deal.
Yeah.
And they'd make... literally, if you want guaranteed cash, do that.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you just remaster the originals on Blu-ray with, you know, it's like nice stereo, surround mix, you know, get the picture looking lovely, release some, like, documentary about, you know, Mark Hamill talking about his weight gain and Harrison Ford's career after Star Wars and Carrie Fisher's time doing cocaine.
Yeah.
Look, seriously, put that stuff out there and, you know... Like, people will buy it.
I think what they should do for better business sense, market the whole box set with no separate ones, $200, limited to 50,000 copies.
Oh god, there'd be fights.
Exactly, right? But they could release it at $200 for 3 films, a ridiculous amount. If they limited it to 50,000 copies, it'd sell out in a minute.
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
And then give it a couple of years, re-release it again. Another 50,000 copies, but slightly different to not... lose the value of the first one.
This one includes more clarity.
More clarity.
Yeah. But no, so the episode 7 teaser. Intrigued.
Intrigued.
Not excited. I'm going to wait until the actual movie.
Well, yeah, an important thing to consider in all is that the best ones weren't directed by Lucas as well. So people who are upset about Abrams getting the job. Well
what did Irvin Kershner do? Besides from Star Wars. Like, again, don't you think it's kind of weird that Irvin Kershner, who hasn't really done a lot of really great movies, did, like, one of the best blockbusters of all time?
Yeah.
It's really weird, I think.
It is odd.
I don't know what else he's done.
Where's Kevin McQuass or whatever he's called?
Oh, Richard Marquand.
That's it, Marquand.
Yeah. Basically, he was just Lucas's puppet.
Yeah. But yeah, do you think, though, he can get the tone right, you reckon, for the 7th one?
Abrams, yeah. Abrams is all about aping that nostalgic 70s, 80s tone. Just look at Super 8.
I've never seen that.
It's okay.
Yeah.
The first half is like oh, this is kind of like the Goonies, and oh, it's really nice. And then they blatantly rip off E.T. with Cloverfield thrown in for good measure. It's okay. You know.
What's he actually done other than that in Star Trek? Alias.
He did Lost.
No, that was the other one, wasn't it?
No, it was J.J. Abrams.
Oh yeah,
Lost. Yeah. He did Mission Impossible 3.
Oh, that's good.
That's a good film.
Yeah.
Yes. Very entertaining.
I don't know whether, as I say, I'm skeptic. I think he'll make a good film, but it won't feel like Star Wars. Like get James Gunn.
James Gunn, yeah, no, he knows what he's doing. He made more with Star Wars. He filmed the prequels.
Yeah.
Yeah, James Gunn knows what he's doing.
But yeah, cautiously optimistic, I'd say.
Yes, I agree.
It'll be a good film. Probably.
And nothing more.
And nothing more.
Yeah.